It is weird that we have two guys going IS-2 and 5-2, and neither of them decide to save up for it, instead going for other stuff, which can be fine. Again, you don't need to use the doctrine, but... Oh my god, I spoke too soon. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and today I'm covering a 4v4 on the map Red Ball Express. This is submitted by an awesome supporter. Now, it could be someone that's a Twitch supporter, a YouTube member, but most likely it's going to be a Patreon supporter. If you would like to support me on Patreon, link is down below. You do get some nice little benefits when I'm not stressed out at work. But when I'm not stressed out at work, I'm able to put up content on my Patreon. Hopefully, you guys enjoy that early access, among other things. Hopefully not these nuts. That's probably not something that you would enjoy in a CoH2 game. Or maybe Cope, we shall see. But yeah, so we got 4 players. This is another in-house, since you guys enjoyed last week's in-house. So, although instead of a USF and UK, we have a bunch of salty players. So... Salt fight? I'm not entirely sure. But we do have Rider of Black, Johnny, Creepio, Milam, 2 Austere, 2 OKW, versing 2 Soviet, being Daxter, Sethicus, Brit being Dressel, and a American being Outlaw. And, oh my god, they're just constantly going. Wow, oh man. Full Solier spammer, where if you check out our infantry tier list, you actually know that we did rank the Punzfull Soliers pretty high up there in terms of their overall capabilities. And why wouldn't you rank them high? It's not just their DPS. One of my favorite things is the fact they have a flare, and they have one of the best anti-tank rifle grenades, simply because of their range, right? Because these guys can fire far. Now, unfortunately, in my personal opinion, even though these guys are pretty good, you need to give them upgrades to make them even better. Luckily, it looks like even though they were pushed back, the MG's keeping the allies at bay for at least a little bit of time. Although infantry section are taking the right-hand side. Doctrine-wise, we got ourselves Grand Defensive Doctrine. Interesting choice. Not your typical Punzfull Solier Doctrine that's typically Breakthrough, which is what Milam went. We also got Johnny going Jaeger Armor Doctrine, so there you go. 2 possible heavy tanks. Dressel going TAC Support. Again, lots of good artillery, special support, and a Churchill Flamethrower tank that can be very crucial at burning a lot of enemies alive. We also got Outlaw going Infantry Company, so lots of artillery as well, and mechanized support, so a good counter to a lot of heavy tank destroyers is an allied heavy tank destroyer. On the right-hand side, the British do have control of that point. On the left, I think the Germans are doing a little bit better. They have the VP, and looks like they'll grab the fuel. Allied forces have pulled back, but they're not retreating. No, that is not the case. Instead, they're going with the strategy of, I guess, reorganizing, getting support, and then pushing forward. Sethicus bringing a mortar, has an MG as well. Again, we have Milam really trying to heal that Kubel, trying to do what he can, and also has Punzfull Soliers. You don't see these guys complaining about it, because technically Punzfull Soliers, especially early game, are considered weaker infantry until they get upgrades and such, or maybe designed for AT. It's up to you. But right now, they're just sticking by in heavy cover, firing at will. MG and Grenadier are trying to keep the riflemen at bay, but finally, we got some smoke coming on Creepio's MG, allowing maybe the Americans to capture that point. No AT grenade just yet. They still need to get a captain. Oh wait, I'm sorry. They did get a captain. They need to get the upgrade for said building in order to get the AT grenade. Conscripts as well need to get an upgrade, but they're slowly unlocking that one. Additional mortar fire coming on in. Again, we see here that Creepio has 2 mortars, so that should help counteract the allied single mortar. Because, yeah, the Americans don't have one, which is a big rip. But Brits did take the right, so they have the fuel. They have munitions. They're about to grab the VP, and hopefully they're about to cause some havoc. Daxter going behind enemy lines with a flamethrower unit, but walks straight into a Grenadier and decides to give them a great Christmas present, a Faust to the face. Now they're going to slowly back on up. He could die again to another Faust, but I think... Oh, no! Amazing shot with a mortar. A couple bullets and that scout car will go down. He gets out with the engineer. Alright, so the scout car may have not paid out all that well, but at least Daxter's like, alright, we're just going to pull back, you know, think about what happened, and try to kill them at a later point. Grenadiers are assuming is going to do the same thing. And do we have a medical going down? We do. All right, so we have a medical. So hopefully Ryder can support his team so Johnny can reinforce. On the left, actually, allies are making a good comeback, slowly but surely pushing back the Germans, which now only have a Grenadier, a Kubel, and an inbound Panzerfusilier. Not great odds. American forces are fighting, though very low on health, although getting proper support via the ambulance in the back. They will grab the territory, which is a big win, and smoke is kind of helping them out so they can hide in it, so yeah. Okay. Amazing stuff right there. Reshlon is behind the solid cover firing. Panzerfusiliers as well behind good cover, just trying to hold. Milam definitely needs more men, because he only has 2. Americans have 3 right now, plus the mortar half-track. We have an AA half-track, so maybe that can help keep back the infantry. Speaking of which, Panzerfusiliers are advancing on the right, trying to push through. Unable to grab the territory. Storm Pioneers and the additional men will keep trying as the British slowly keep them away with artillery. And a sniper now, which we'll see if that's effective. Again, one good mortar shot or something right there. Oh my god, I could see great things. I could see very explosive things coming and flying. But anyway, we have raid section as well. So, I guess the goal, and again, we did a tier list and people said raid section are a lot better. And I know they do definitely perform better in terms of not having the cover, but also doing better on the move. So, hey, you know what? I'm glad to be wrong, but again, I just feel like, especially after some recent stuff, maybe the Victor's K could be fixed better, you know, something. Maybe that would really help this infantry, but whatever. Anyway, we'll see how their performance goes over the course of this match. So far, right now, the Germans seem to be losing quite a bit. Double mortar is trying to make the Allies lose quite a bit, but the AT guns easily knock out the AA half-track. He tried, and he failed at advancing. Artillery is now hitting the MG. Again, Vet 2, but now under heavy fire. Allied forces, I don't think they're going to push up, they're just trying to scare off some units, at least where they can. Additional forces doing what they can and slowly pushing back some German forces, but again, I think they need to focus fire on these double mortars. Like a good white phosphorus or something could really, really do wonders. So let's see. We actually have the same doctrine twice because Daxter went mech support. Not terrible. Again, if you have double IS-2152 covering each other, it could be great. Also, great job with the mortar knocking out the AT gun. But, oh, and we have upgrades. G43s for Milam's Panzerfusiliers. He also has a support gun to help with the artillery. All right. Mortar half-track, though, has no kills. That is actually not a great sign when the Zis gun has more kills. Nice shot with the artillery. Just weakens the health, though. Let's see on the right. Not going great. Rail Engineers take the territory. And right now, the Allies are pretty much dominating this game. Again, we have double guards as well with double penals. So with the guards with DPs, they're going to shred infantry and armor alike. So very nice job. They're going to hold on to that territory. Panzerfusiliers over here. We have Rail Engineers on the right-hand side. I guess just trying to re-grab that territory. Panzerfusiliers have nothing stopping them. Oh, wait, hold on. There's just a lot just healing up. So we'll give it a minute. We'll see what the Panzerfusiliers bring. Because right now they have no support except for their ally. Now, luckily, Johnny is helping, right? He is dropping smoke to help his teammate. He does have an MG guarding the flank. He does have a sniper coming up and grenadiers. So hopefully that's enough. But we'll have to see if that is going to be enough for this British counterattack. And also how effective this British counterattack is, right? So, sniper is slowly wearing down the enemy. Oh, he got the sniper for a counter snipe. Ah, that's why. Okay, he's going from cover to cover. He's trying to hide himself. Sniper is not aware of the enemy sniper. Or, no, he pulled back a little bit. But the sniper's in cover, so he's concealed. Artillery's hitting the right, so he doesn't have to worry about the left. Again, some probing attacks on the left, but overall, the Germans are not pushing forth. But Milam does have a Vet 4 Kubel. That's pretty awesome. Sniper is chilling outside of cover. That's a big no-no. Always be in cover as a sniper, so you are camouflaged. Although, to be fair, some units can detect you. The one that comes to mind is like a Kubel. With its detection, it could see where the sniper is, so always be mindful of that. MG on standby. Sniper again moving on up. I think he might. Oh my god, he's so close. Can he take the shot? He's moving in. He's revealed! Alright, sniper. If he's paying attention, the Brits should obviously know about this austere sniper. Meanwhile, we have double guards on standby, but again, the MG's right there. I don't expect them to advance past that, especially if they go through that tight corridor. German forces actually managing to push a little back. Grenadiers are launching rifle grenades and slowly advancing against these Soviet forces. But the Americans are in good cover, firing at them with bars, and Creepio's men are just being melted. His mortars are doing pretty well. Again, Vet 1, Vet 2 respectively. But, alright, Sniper moving on in, trying to get close for a target. Might be able to. Takes the shot and gets the kill. A hell of a thing. And again, for those who like Greyshot, how'd he see? Recon. Recon helped identify the sniper and can remove them from cover, which allowed them a perfect sniping opportunity, which was fantastic. I was expecting the plane to crash into the mortar as a little bit of retribution, but luckily for Johnny, that was not the case. Anyway, raid section moving on in, and we have one infantry section with that. So again, we'll see how their kill counts are. So far 0, but maybe able to get better. These Panzer Fusiliers aren't exactly high. Okay, this one has 5, but the rest really don't have that much. MG being smoked, allowing the American infantry by Outlaw to advance. Kubel, again, Vet 4, slowly getting up there. Can we get Vet 5? Please, please, please. Let's get Vet 5. MG set on up. MG 34 might have an issue if they take a, a hard turn in here or drop additional smoke. But Outlaw doesn't have grenades, so he can't do a smoke grenade. He has to actually call in a mortar to either white phosphorus or use smoke or something, but that might take a minute. Instead, we have a Zis gun opening fire on the MG with mortar fire as well, forcing it back. Panzer Fusiliers trying to hold back the Soviet infantry, but again, guard troops are pretty damn potent with DPs. Unfortunately, these guard troops do not have DPs, so they're less effective. Anyway, mortar pit is going down on the right, and the Centaur, which I forgot to mention, is slowly bringing down the stern. Now, luckily, Rakenwerfer did fire and push back the Centaur with ease. Let's see. We got ourselves a Stuka in development, and we have a Katusha. So both sides are getting artillery, so we're not going to see a one-side affair where it's just one artillery or with a tank or, massive tank force and massive artillery. It seems like they're both trying to figure out what they need and try to help their teammates with it. So we'll see how effective that is. Right now, again, the biggest issue is the Germans, who really are lacking munitions. 53 for the Allies. 31 for the Axis, and then 19 for fuel next to 36. Almost 2-to-1 in terms of fuel between the two. White phosphorus coming on down in this general area. It looks like the mortar might be in for it if these Molotov cocktails thrown. His health is going to go down very fast. Will he get out of there? No, he's repositioning. He's still burning, and Creepio will lose his men to the Molotov. Unfortunate. It was a very good veteran mortar that just decided to sit in white phosphorus and fire. Nice shot with the Rakenwerfer, though. Milam taking the initiative. Gets a wonderful shot, knocking out the mortar half-track that's been causing him all sorts of grief. Now with his Panzer Fusiliers, he's going to move to cover to hopefully keep moving. But Outlaw is bringing down another one. That will delay his Sherman, I'm assuming he's going to be getting, or Jackson. But then again, he is getting 36 fuel per turn, so it's not like he's really suffering in that way. On the right, we have a massive... hold on. It's actually British support. We have ourselves observation. What we right now have is its artillery ability, specifically artillery cover. That can help suppress infantry and deal quite a bit of damage. Now, it looks like he keeps moving, so the artillery isn't able to fully come down. Better on stationary targets like this and slowly wearing it down. Raid section as well. Probably going to kill the Rakenwerfer. Nice free AT gun for the Brits. Brits, though, losing quite a bit of their men in their base. Medical facility being put down. Raid section could throw a Molotov to try to burn them on the retreat. Raid section does actually need to... Well, I just keep sight because right now the artillery cover is hitting him on the way out and actually being quite effective. Mortar almost kills the Panzer Fusiliers. And, again, that's not crippling, but definitely severe losses the Panzer Fusiliers take. And even more so for the Brits losing, their medics and other things over here. At least the Centaur is alive, But again, it is getting a command vehicle, so it is getting a bit of a debuff. So we'll have to see how effective it is. Although with buffs, we have a Pioneer Squad, which now has a Satchel ability, which can be very effective at uprooting enemy fortifications or positions. You know, or busting a hole through this corridor here to open up the area. Actually, German forces launching attack, led by the Vet 5 Kubel with 11 kills. They are counterattacking across the board. American infantry is on the back foot, needing to heal. And because the front line is getting ever closer to the ambulance, it needed to pull back, which makes sense. Grenadiers, though, behind, or trying to get behind cover, unfortunately hit a barbed wire wall, which, again, very nice job by the conscripts to set that up. Meanwhile, MG is kind of watching over, is firing on the conscript squad. Artillery's coming on in on the MG, slowly pushing the enemy back. Again, Vet 3, very nice for the MG. Stuka, though, is primary to fire. Looks like it got 8 kills. That Katusha got 5, so pretty good both in both aspects. Although it looks like the Stuka got a bit more in the VP department. Anyway, Grenadiers on standby. Pushing against, let's see, Soviet engineers being smoked. Interesting. Penal's still advancing, pushing back the Panzerfusiliers. The Panzerfusiliers over the hill about to be, I thought, strafed, but no, not really. I mean, maybe it did just hit the tree, but they kind of just walked away without too much damage at all. At least the Allies will get the points back. And they have an AT gun from the OKW, which is a pretty good thing. Again, he still has that sniper. I am actually shocked he has not used it to wear down the infantry, because he already, you know, fired it. They know about it, but no, sniper is just being used for more recon purposes. Speaking of which, I think he got revealed by a plane, because yeah, he's in cover, but he got revealed. Yep, the plane is revealing him. That's actually pretty funny. Engineer squad moving on in to counter, which is hilarious if a Soviet engineer squad gets a kill on the sniper. Panzerfusiliers and Sturm retreat again thanks to the air support. On the far left, one squad of Panzerfusiliers is somehow holding back the Allies. But no, they're actually just reinforcing. Most likely, they got Stuka pretty hard. Let's double check on that. Stuka, Vet 1, 12 kills. So yes, it definitely got a damn good hit. Brumbar moving up, so Creepio has something against infantry on the front. But so too does Outlaw with a mortar carriage. Maybe not as powerful, but definitely as devastating if it hits. And it definitely has some solid range. On the right, we have more of the Panzerfusiliers advancing. With a Jagdpanzer coming up, again, with a Brumbar. So good combo, tank destroyer, anti-infantry. At least you have one of everything. And now we also have it with the Spong Scope, which will allow for even a better thing. And that better thing is going to be sight, so that way it can hit things from afar. Centaur, though, trying his best to hold back the infantry. Nice strafing run. Wears down the infantry quite a bit. Guard forces could easily hold back this Brumbar. Again, with DPs, they could stun it with a button and then allow the Raketenwerfer to do some damage. Again, you don't have a ton of AT in this sector. I feel like a Katusha or something. Not Katusha. An S-25 or a Firefly would be pretty good. Alright. Kubel continues to hold with 13 kills. It's going to kill the... Oh, no, it's focusing on the other infantry. It's actually suppressing. It's natively suppressing, mind you. T-34 over here being backed up by another Katusha as it rains down onto Creepio's position, losing quite a bit of his manpower and men. He's going to slowly go back to the medical facility. But his mortar might not... Oh, wait, no, it lives. But amazing Stuka knocks out the Vet Katusha, and that can be very costly for the Soviets. Don't be wrong, they have fuel, but they probably want to be saving up for something bigger, I would assume. Nice AT gun shot, though, hits the Brumbar. So too does the Raketenwerfer. Oh my god! Mortar carriage knocks out the MG. Almost knocks out the Raketenwerfer. Just needs a single shot. Hold on. And mortar carriage gets on the way out. I told you, mortar carriage is nothing to be trifled with. AT guns back up the T-34, but the infantry is what they need, and unfortunately the Germans have that. On the far right, we have a counterattack that's continuing with rocket fire coming in from a nearby Katusha. Daxter trying to hold back the Germans, and now we have some type of support coming in, and that's an airstrike. Not as effective as it could be, but does a tiny bit of damage. S-285 on the front, gonna hit the Brumbar. Johnny could lose his Brumbar right now. especially if they button. He does, but a miss! An absolute miss of a shot. That's unfortunate. And a direct fire is not likely to keep it on target, and also misses. Unfortunate. Absolutely unfortunate. Sniper up to 3 kills now. Okay. Slowly pushing back the penals and with grenadiers using rifle grenades against the infantry. Let's see right now. Penal's still trying to give it their all. Sniper finally gets up to vet 1. On the left, though, allies managing to actually get some counters in with their infantry, specifically a captain with 4 kills and a rifleman, okay, with 7. They advance against the grenadier. Trying their best. Almost kills it. If they focus, they might have gotten it, but Outlaw instead pulls back. Probably the smarter move, so long as Artie doesn't kill him on retreat. Nice shot with the artillery. Knocks out one of the AT guns, allowing maybe the Brumbar, once it's healed, mind you, because there's still an AT gun there, and it's only at like 33% health, to maybe counter. VP-wise, again, 200 to 380. Allies definitely still in the lead. Raid section, come on, get this kill. Get the kill. There we go. Sniper very low. Could be shot at right now, but instead does a incendiary shot to delay and stun the raid section. Katusha comes on in. This building has been used by the Brits to make a building in which the Axis can't use, but the Allies can reinforce from, and of course, most importantly, call in air support, which, yeah, Daxter is definitely doing. His Stormvic strikes are just causing havoc for the front, and even though they're kind of for slowly shooting, it'll take a very long time for that to be the case, unless you bring in the Brumbar, but that might open up, oh, nice shot. Alright, Brumbar takes down 1 hit. I was worried about the S-285, but I guess that's A, the only AT, and B, they can't, they're not in button range, so Brumbar can just pull back. It'll still be a little bit of damage. It might keep him off the front for a bit of time. Alright, we got ourselves a Stew coming on in to back up the Brumbar. Not bad. Hold on. Retreat, Panzer Grenadier. Alright, he does. Stern Pioneers push up via Milam. He did lose to Kubel, which is unfortunate. That may cost the Axis the game, honestly. But Panzer Fusiliers continue to try their best. Can we have a grenade? Artillery hitting this sector. Brumbar gets a fantastic shot on the Zis gun, neutralizing it. Katusha, though, firing point blank on the retreating units. Does get the wipe on Milam's forces. What a shot! What a shot, Sethicus. Great shot right there. Anyway, Grenadiers pushing on in to grab that fuel. Conscripts grabbing that Zis gun. Hopefully, make sure it doesn't die or fall in the German hands. We already had that happen. Let's not have it happen a second time. Am I right? Oh, he still has the right Canwerfer. Alright, Ryder, are we right? Anyway, Grenadiers, and Panzerfusilier trying to hold territory. Luckily, Plane takes the hits instead of the Panzerfusilier, but artillery cover's coming on in, slowly suppressing and causing a bit of havoc for them. Is not able to grab the fuel, but again, the Axis are currently actually starting to get a little bit of momentum by grabbing 2 VPs. Though, we'll see how long that lasts. Brumbar holds back the Penals, and Jagdpanzer holds back the Centaur. Right now, again, the Allies are just going straight at it, which can work, and they have artillery cover, which will kind of help at making the reload speed longer, suppressing infantry. But they still need something to break this up. And the Brits do have that with smoke. They could smoke this region in advance. Katusha coming on in. Point blank on the Grenadiers. Incredible stuff, Johnny. Walking right into the rockets. So, losing a veteran squad by backing up into it. Again, all sorts of artillery coming down, allowing the Allies a bit of breathing room. Cervix strike comes on in. Hits the building. So, Daxter might have missed the boat on that strike. Probably this would have been better, but he tried over here, and the building's top kind of stopped him dead in his tracks. On the flip side, the Allies have been pretty much stopped on the right with, hold on. Yeah, they're actually quite down. Mid-50s for this side, whereas the Germans are actually even worse. Holy crap. They're in the, like, mid-40s. Oh, I guess everyone's taking losses this game. Although, you know, having rockets firing and squad wiping is not exactly ideal, right? So, we got ourselves let's see, mid-60s? So mid-60s and mid-40s is mid-50s. Mid-50s and mid-60s is, I'll say at best, low 60s. So very low 60s. Whatever. Hold on, this might help take out some of the allied units. There goes a mortar carriage that was, for some reason, on the front, unsupported. Cervix strike comes on in, does hurt the Cannon Warfare, but he does escape. And you have to fear those cervix strikes. But allies being like, all right, that's cool. We're going to keep focusing on the flanks, but what if we just send like a handful of units to grab mid? What if that's the case? With another British counterattack, raid section has 8 kills. And infantry section unknown because they retreated as I clicked. But yeah, the last 2 frontline infantry left. Right now we have a Croc on the field. Again, the biggest problem I have on the right-hand side is AT, especially with the Jagdpanzer and Brumbar. This Su-85 has maybe not delivered its possible potential. Nice kill though. Because again, the armor is pretty much has been okay to just move around and do what it needs to. Jagdpanzer counteracting the Su-85. Again, Rakadwiffer right there in case the Croc does move up. And he did and lost almost half its health. Throwing a satchel? We are. Okay. Daxter blowing up his own men. So, not sure if that's a good strategy, but he just did it, so maybe there's potential. Ryder getting himself a Tiger. So again, not bad at all. Could definitely do very considerable amount of damage if properly guarded. And we know the allies don't have a ton of AT. Okay, they lost to Rakadwerfer. Now they get a Firefly. Okay. Centaur doing its best. Again, a quick strafing fire could maybe murder a couple squads all in a row. Brumbar gets a hell of a shot against the Centaur. Croc still there though. Probably fire its main weapon. Does, but misses. On the far left, we have artillery fire. Storms, Pods, Fusiliers keeping the allies at bay. Jackson Su-85, and even a Priest supporting with 9 kills, so it's done quite a bit. But again, that Rakadwerfer and the double Stug is probably going to keep some of the allies at odds, especially with the infantry support that can help knock out the Zisgun or snare them if need be. So, right now, again, where is the allied front line? And it is farther back healing, or all the way back at base. I'm assuming maybe grabbing upgrades, not entirely sure. It is weird that we have 2 guys going ISU and 5-2, and neither of them decide to save up for it, instead going for other stuff, which can be fine. Again, you don't need to use the Doctrine, but... Oh my god, I spoke too soon. Daxter deploys the ISU and 5-2, hoping to counteract all this. You know what? That's a heck of a nutcracker. If you want to bust this armor, it has the penetration to do so. Pons Fusiliers retreat, but it's swapped out with an MG. But again, still that ISU and 5-2 still needs to worry about the Rakadwerfer, Jagdpanzer, etc. Mortar. We have a giant blob of infantry coming on in. Also, we have assault support that came in the back. Kind of hurt the Soviets a bit, but the Germans seem to be just doing probe attacks. Now using the Brumbar's long-range bunker buster to just hit the allies, but looks like hopefully the infantry dodge or not. Yeah, maybe where the Brumbar's firing, you don't stand the heck of a grenade. Holy, and rifle grenade, I believe. Wait, good positioning. I'm assuming Johnny mentioned that because that was a lot of dead men right there. Johnny's orange though, so not him. Maybe over here? Oh, with the Katusha? Katusha did take some hits. ISU and 5-2 has taken a number of shots, but luckily all of it bounces. Croc coming in to help out his teammate. But again, the AT did stun the ISU and 5-2. Remember, you can do that with a pack gun that is vetted. Or a Stug or something like that. Each one has its own ability, as you can see, at what exactly it will do. But there is enough fire. The ISU and 5-2 needs recon of some sort. But alas, we're not getting it. So right now the Axis have been freely shooting the Soviets. But luckily some artillery cover comes on in, kills the pack gun. British artillery coming in this sector makes it probably more difficult to maneuver as the Axis. Yeah, artillery cover is no laughing matter. I quite enjoy the ability because again, all the havoc you can wreck. ISU and 5-2 is switched to high explosive, but does pen the Tiger. He does quite a bit. Mortar's gone. A lot of the front lines being hit. But again, the artillery cover can't oh, nope. Tiger's still under heavy fire. Left-hand side, we have a Shrek team by Creepio moving in. T-34 finally shooting. S-85 almost dead. Pathfinding via the VP might kill it if it is unlucky. Panzergrenadier, though, stays around a bit too long and will probably die to the Rifleman and Conscript combo right there. So, excellent work. Nope. MG comes in clutch and prevents a complete, utter, well, kill on that Panzergrenadier. Also, heck of a shot, kills that Conscript, which is probably not great if you're Sethicus, because you don't have much of a front line in terms of frontline infantry. Cervic Strike, though, for payback, almost kills the MG, but not quite. Jagdtiger's on the field, so we do have a solid counter for the armor. Again, you can counter this with smoke or mass numbers or, you know, infantry, but it is something to keep in mind. Is if the enemy has a Jagdtiger, that's going to be a lot more difficult. Katusha hits the back line, not actually hitting where Milam's forces are. Hitting the area, but I think he's just out of range. Rocket does get close, I'm not going to deny, and it maybe got himself up. Oh my god! Okay, Milam, I did say that you were relatively okay. As precaution, you may want to have moved out of there. But, yeah, he was grouped up so much that the one rocket killed so many men. And, yeah. Yeah, that's not a great sign. Alright, so it might take a little bit for Milam's infantry to come back up in a full force, but it's not like the Americans are doing much better. They only have 2. Soviets have 2, and right now, what's left of the Germans are still backed up by a Brumbar and a Jagdtiger. So, overall, doing quite well, all things considered. Again, Jagdtiger gets a great shot, kills that half-track. Zisgun, though, moving in. But again, there's infantry right in front. So unless they're doing artillery or something, but then the Brumbar could use artillery, it's very confusing. But also right on point. MG trying to suppress, might be able to. Jagdtiger using his high explosive rounds against the Zisgun. We also have artillery cover again against an elephant, which looks like was recently deployed, and causing absolute havoc. ISU-152 has 8 kills. Probably needs to switch over to killing this armor, and a marked target does wonders at killing big, heavy tanks. Oh, I'm sorry. Strafing support's being called in by the Brits. So, interesting choice. ISU-152 finally gets up to Vet 1. Has at least gotten a couple vehicle kills, but I'm not sure what. The Jagdtiger, everything is still here. So, maybe lighter stuff or support crews, not sure. Hold on. MG very low. Brumbar now taking a number of Katyushas to the face. Mortar pit's gone. Now, all that's remaining of the Allies' once major dominance is a single VP in mid. Otherwise, the Allies have pretty much been brought down to where the Axis are. Brumbar about to fire on the infantry over here. Again, has gotten so many kills, 29 now, with breakthrough. Cervic Strike comes on in, but MG dodges like a champ. Again, Allies now starting to lose their heavy resource advantage, and they did not, or at the very least, they don't have any caches for the long term. So, without caches in a major way, you're gonna start having resource issues, especially when the Germans now only have caches. As we can see here, they have 3 caches down, compared to the Allies having 1, 2. All right, so they have 2. Not, and also right now the Axis have, well, double munitions, so pretty damn good on that side as well. Yeah, I'm just, oh wait, no, no, there's just 2. Okay, but yeah, it's not great, right? It's like, oh yes, of course, we have all the resources. We don't need to build caches. Yeah, you do. Creepio has 1,000 manpower, so he can continue to build caches if he wishes. Ryder actually has a ton of manpower, so as much flack as Ryder has gotten, you have to admit, Ryder's kept a lot of forces alive and has done a relatively good job. Again, you could say, oh, but it's Ponce Fusilier spam. True, but the other person who has gone Ponce Fusilier spam has been losing all of the Ponce Fusiliers, except for, okay, the Sturm officer and, you know, the Sturm. But beyond those, a lot of the Ponce Fusiliers are recruits or, well, the last one alive from the original group. Tiger backing on up. Does not have the... Oh, now just got the resources for a high explosive round. Axe is now getting 63 munitions per turn. Brumbar opening fire long range at the inbound infantry. Just hammering that position. Heck of a shot. Meanwhile, counterattack with the Tiger and Tiger. Hitting the Croc, but Firefly returns fire. Again, Punchful Slayer's just advancing. Again, could be a bad move with the Tiger, especially if we have a lot of AT grenades, which it will hit the Tiger. Without this proper support to hold back the Royal Engineers, Tiger might actually die here. Elephant, though, keeping the Soviets at bay. Su-85 very low. Smoke, though, comes on in. Firefly coming along the side, hits the Tiger. Both are very low. This is the time for the Brits to knock out Ryder. Well, okay, kind of. So Ryder loses both vehicles. Again, and also Punchful Slayer. They can say, oh, Greyshot, you know, Ryder's done. No. Ryder still has 300 fuel and 1,200 manpower. So, yeah, can just quickly pump out 2 more Yags without really, again, still having a decent amount of manpower. 500 is nothing to slack at. Creepio still has quite a bit. Again, getting a Panzerwerfer. Night Cervix Strike does kill Creepio's men. Down to 2. Conscripts and guards advancing, but again, he still only has 2. Really relying on the Katyushas to help turn the tide, I guess. Werfer fires point blank, but misses completely. Allies trying to grab a VP, still only has 1. The point that everyone forgot. But anyway, Brumbar doing its best to fight with his infantry. Again, I love how he just keeps using the Bunker Buster just for maximum range. And it's actually working. Hot damn, Sturm Officer just sniped that conscript. Man, may have to redo that tier list because Sturm Officer is proving himself quite good. But don't tell Milam that. Don't tell him that the Sturm Officer, which I ranked as an A tier. I think I ranked it. Oh shoot, was it A tier or B tier? Well, God, was it B? Oh no. But anyway, whenever I ranked it, yeah, definitely proving itself. And again, I can be wrong. That's fine. Elephant on standby. The Croc. Actually, a lot of the British vehicles are injured. Firefly is the only one not, and we'll see how long that lasts. Punchful Slayers, again, all at 4 or 5 respectively. 17-pounder going up could be a good counter for the Elephant and Brumbar if it's properly defended. That's the big key moment. But with an ISU-152, on paper, this gun with the ISU-152 should have enough, right, to hold this stuff back, but we shall see. It has high explosives, so Daxter is focusing still on infantry, which is good, because if that blob comes in, you can easily maybe one-shot it or do all sorts of stuff. Alright, a flare, though, reveals what the Soviets and Brits have at their disposal, maybe allowing for a German artillery attack or something along those lines. We shall see. They do have Creepio, who has gone close to air support, and is dropping a Stuka bomb. Hold on, I think it's... Oh, okay. Not amazing, but it did push the Soviets back if that was the plan. A lot of the infantry, though, got knocked out by the Centaur, so again, Elephant did not support, nor did the Tiger in an effective capacity, or any, because it really doesn't have any veterancy. On the far side, we have another counterattack by Outlock moving on in. Tiger, though, high explosive? Or just going to shoot with his pintle machine gun? I guess it did fire a little bit. And I mean that, like, little machine gun on the front. Sorry. Anyway. Su-85 gets a shot on the Stug and then retreats immediately. That's about all they can do. American artillery might also have to be key to hold this thing back. But again, I struggle to see the fact that you need more artillery. Right now, it's fighting as infantry that's providing screening for the Tiger in order to see as far as they possibly can. White Phosphorus does come down, could cause some havoc, but unfortunately Tiger says no and just one-taps it. So, VP on the right, on mid was taken. The right looks like might be taken. MG goes down immediately. Su-85s advancing. Maybe they can do enough. Elephant might have a rough time. We'll see. Right now the guard forces are taking some hits, but both have decent kills. Panther, though, going in for a possible dive against the enemy. Johnny trying his best, although as we can see here, we have Creepio getting resources for additional strikes. Going on in against the Katyusha. Daxter leaving it on the front. Bad mistake. Misses, though. Could be a major F-up for the Panther. Su-85's body blocking. and turning around. Guard troops now using its button ability to keep the vehicle. Sethicus saying, getting revenge. Hold on. This is the man. What a fail. I'd make more caddies, by the way, says Milam. Wait, what? Oh my god. Great Stuka knocked out a lot of Outlaw's forces. Katusha's, again, I've gotten a number of kills. And it looks like, again, Milam took some decent hits. Decent amount of recruits as well for Creepio, but at least he has a good good army on paper. That was a sad dive, said Staxter. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, you didn't kill the Vet 3, and the S-85s were able to do work. Middle right now is the key. They need at least one VP to be on their side, and probably one decap. So, actually, the right or left. Looks like the right might be their best shot. That caddy dodged 5 shots. Sounds about right. Hold on, raid section might be able to decap the territory. But again, the allies will still lose this if they don't capture the territory. Now, again, raid section, you have a small bonus. So that is good in terms of grabbing the territory. Croc trying to do its best. Punzful Slayer trying to get that long-range AT grenade. Yag, Panzer, oh, plane crash, is trying to assist. Firefly, though, getting great shots against it. Elephant repositioning to mid. Again, that's the other spot they need. Allies attacking in mid. Takes out one Stug. Another one remains. And again, allies doing their best, but we just have infantry right on the point. Right now, we need a Katusha to clear it. Points capped. Artillery, though, coming on in. Hold on. Ryder might have lost. Well, okay, didn't lose his units, but he definitely got pushed back. But unfortunately, it is not enough. The allies were unable to hold mid, and with the right decapped, there was nothing they could do except watch the VPs go down and lose the game. Overall, not a bad game. I definitely say good counters is a good holding with the VP. Again, also a kind of a quick showcase of how to, I don't want to say properly use, but an effective way to get out heavy armor and actually be effective, right? Because we saw like the ICN-52 maybe not doing as effectively as it could have. Also, Brumbar. Brumbar was really good against holding back the enemy blob. So, wonderful job. Top damage goes to Daxter. Top kills goes to Sethicus on the Allied side. On the Axis side, we have actually Johnny with top damage. Top kills goes to Milam. Now, there are a number of awesome supporters in this lobby. Again, we have ourselves, just putting out there, Ryder, thank you for being an awesome Twitch, I believe Twitch and, Twitch sub. Also, again, thank you for Delta and Milan for both being amazing Patreon supporters. And of course, Daxter as well, thank you for your long-term support. So, just looking at this, again, just honestly, and just looking at it, Axis, I think, did especially better, like, reorganizing the troops, trying to go for some better long-range targets, and really trying to emphasize holding the VPs and keeping the enemy at bay. Which, hey, some tactics worked. I think the Allies had some good arty shots and managed to squad wipe it quite a few times. But once the Allies started losing their infantry in a major way, it was hard for them to come back. Sorry, I got sidetracked. The person who submitted this was actually Johnny. And also a great mod and supporter. So thank you, Johnny, for your support. Also, I believe not a top tier, but still a Patreon supporter. So thank you very much, Johnny. But yeah, this has been Greyshot17. Again, thanking all his supporters in this game. And hopefully you all enjoyed. Again, if you have replays, submit down below. If you want to support me on Patreon as well, check it out below, or any of the other ways you can support me, like my merch, which you can get a shirt like Rank Doesn't Matter. Man, I wonder what I'm wearing. You can also get a number of other ones through the link down below. But anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. And again, hopefully, it's just as good as what we received today. But thanks again. This is Greyshot, and I'll see you guys next time. Hello, everyone. This is Greyshot17. And before y'all go, let me give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, BigChuche, Aphyria, Ace, PyroShark, Tony B95, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support and helping me grow my channel and support my channel and everything I do. Thank you, and to the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.